Hi Drishti, thank you for coming today.
Uh, Thanks, pleasure to be here.
Today, guys, we're talking about turnaround and restructuring. नाम से ही सुन के बहुत fascinating sound करता है. Let's get to know about this domain. कि इस domain में होता क्या है. Drishti is a chartered accountant. She is a first-time chartered accountant, and she uh, cleared in November 2019. And उसके बाद में she joined a Big Four company. Like she continued in a Big Four company, and she joined turnaround and restructuring domain. Right.
Yes.
So first of all, let's get to understand what is turnaround and restructure. इस domain में होता क्या है?
Okay. So, turnaround and restructuring can be divided into three components:
Okay.
financial restructuring, operational restructuring, and IBC. So, financial restructuring it's basically debt raising, debt refinancing, or debt restructuring. So, for example, if there's a construction company that requires funds, they would approach a firm which would help them get investors who would invest in that project. Or there could be working capital requirements. So, a company would approach us to help them raise working capital funds. And things like that. Then we come to operational restructuring, which is mainly interim management or cash flow management. So in a cash flow management assignment, for example, all the outflows need to be verified by the company, by the resources that are working on this assignment. Without their approval, even payments for salary or payments to vendors, etc., would not be done. Also, there's a lot of interim management where a company is not doing so well. They would appoint us to try and turn around the operations, to understand where in their operations, where are the bottlenecks, what could be improved. The costing concepts of like EOQ and things like that are utilized.
अच्छा.
In IBC is again either we are appointed as the resolution professionals or appointed as advisors to the resolution professional.
Okay.
Where we handle the process or we do any COC advisory and things like that.
Okay. तो ये तीनों में से सबसे इंटरेस्टिंग वाला डोमेन क्या होता है? मतलब कौन से साइड पे मजा आता है काम करने में और किसमें ज्यादा काम करना पड़ता है?
So there is work everywhere.
Okay.
There is not one of the areas has less work. So personally, I have worked only on IBC assignments so far.
Okay.
And one of the things that I like most about IBC is that you get an operations understanding as well as the financial understanding, because you are taking
अच्छा.
over the management. You have to continue with the operations. It has to work as a going concern. Say operations are continuing, and financial side also you have to take care because there will be investors coming in. So you need to understand the financial status, so you can explain to the investors कि आज के दिन पे ये चल रहा है. So in that sense, IBC is very interesting, except for the fact that it's a procedural thing, and जो 180 days का timeline है वो कभी भी follow नहीं होता है.
अच्छा.
180 days, so 180 day is going to minimum be a 360-day thing.
Okay.
So essentially, so for me also, if I take my example, I have been working on the same two assignments for the past almost 1.5 years.
Okay.
So while I have got in-depth understanding now, ultimately, I have not got enough exposure in other areas or in other like in FR or OR.
Okay. As per what you were saying, if this is to be said, कि as a fresher you will get to work in IBC assignments more, and then as you grow, possibly in the operational side or the financial side?
No, not really. So it depends on when you join and what are the assignments on hand at that point in time. So when I joined, there were two IBC assignments coming up, and so I was plotted on that. It is not
Okay.
it is not that a fresher will not get operational restructuring assignments or financial restructuring assignments. It purely depends on when you join. And of course, now as the practice grows, they are hiring specifically for FR or specifically for OR.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Wonderful. Now, what do you find interesting about, like, particularly interesting about this job? Apart from what you have already mentioned, that you get to learn a little bit about the financial side and the operational aspect of the business.
What's interesting is that you get to interact with a lot of different people. You get to interact with the daily workers of a company to the
Oh,
CEO, the CFO.
okay.
In IBC assignments, also you have to appoint a lot of third parties for different at different points in time. So we have a transaction audit that needs to be done. There is a valuation reports that need to be conducted.
All right.
We have legal advisors, so you get to interact with a lot of different people. Investors भी जो आते हैं, there are various investors that come in. सब लोग plan नहीं डालेंगे, but you get to interact with a lot of people from various different fields. So the investors also जो आते हैं, a lot of them will be from from the strategic side. So or they might even be from the financial side. So you get to interact with a lot of different people.
Right.
BC also, it's a very sensitive matter because the company is essentially, company does not have any money.
Right.
So even when you are speaking to people, when you are speaking to the CEO, the CFO, when you are speaking to the workers, the employees, there is a certain way that you have to speak to them, because ultimately either आप पैसा लेट दे रहे हो या पैसा पे नहीं कर रहे हो, but you are expecting them to work. So those are things that you like, those are skills that you develop, like soft skills that you have to develop,
Right.
To interact with them. So I find all of that quite interesting.
Right. I think that's a common answer. I've heard this like a couple of times in the previous episodes, that the interesting side of any job is actually to interact with a lot of people, to get to know about, to learn from their experience. And definitely that is one thing that I've, during articleship also, that was the major part which I enjoyed. Like speaking to the client was actually more fun than speaking to your own team for me. So I actually enjoyed it a lot and learned a lot from their experience. Wonderful. Now you've also done LLB, right? So how does that help, or how does that come into picture to shape your future? And should there be any courses which people should look for with chartered accountancy, so that they can, get a benefit or an edge in this field?
Okay, so I did LLB purely because I enjoyed studying law in
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
I enjoyed it. I found that interesting, and I had time. So I did the 3-year LLB course. As far as shaping my future, I was never inclined towards pursuing it as a career. I just wanted it more for the knowledge.
All right. Okay.
It has not influenced my choosing. It has not influenced my future career in sense. But of course, it opens up a different career path in the future if I want to. So if 2 years down the line I feel like numbers se bahut ho gaya, कुछ और I have that as a backup sort of thing. Also, when you're interacting with, so if I talk about IBC, you have a lot of interactions with the legal team. There are applications that are need to be filed with the NCLT or the NCLAT, which obviously the resolution professionals team has to go through. So in such cases, I found it easier to read those documents or to interact with them because I already have some sort of experience in reading through different acts and legal documents.
Right.
For courses which could be pursued along with CA. So while a lot of people are pursuing different courses, MCOM or LLB or CFA, personally, I feel like people should not run after degrees. People run after skills.
Right.
So you look at what you want to do, what your future career plans are, and think about what skills you need to reach that entry. So if you feel like a CFA will help you, then go for it. But if you feel, I don't think there is a need to do a degree or to do a course just to get the degree. But of course, a CFA will always help you. There is nothing or any sort of knowledge will always help you. Then I feel like people should go for skills. So if you want to get into investment banking, for example, you can do courses on financial modeling. You can do some different maybe a coding something of that sort.
So are there any specific skills which are required in turnaround and restructuring that people should acquire?
So for financial restructuring, financial modeling is a good skill to have. Of course, they provide a lot of on-the-job training as well. So it is not that if you don't have the skill, you will not get that assignment. But of course, if you join a firm already having that experience, it will give you an edge over someone who does not have that experience. For IBC and for OR, there are no skills as such. There are a couple of softwares that could be learned. There's Power BI. For creating dashboards, that's useful. That's used a lot. There's also Alteryx, which is an upcoming software which is being used. No real, no technical skills required as such, which would not be provided during once you onboard.
Right. And of course, along with all of this, as Drishti has already mentioned that, communication is a very important element in this role. So I think soft skills courses with reference to soft skills or, like public speaking would definitely help you. Again, business communication is a course that you should take up. So these are certain things that you should look forward to, and you should definitely try and acquire these skills. Wonderful. Now, what I want to know is that, like, we've talking about your future, we're talking about how LLB is shaping, but I also want to understand how are the growth opportunities in this field, and if somebody enters into this field and does not actually like it, then what are the exit opportunities like?
Okay, so within the firm, there are multiple opportunities. If you don't like this department, or you don't like the work, a couple of my colleagues have recently shifted departments. So they have moved from this space to consulting within the firm. So that has helped. So the experience that you get in turnaround and restructuring, while it is not exactly management consulting, it will provide opportunities for you to get into management consulting if that is what you need. There's also investment banking that you can get into, especially if you
Okay.
have done any financial restructuring assignments or like debt raising.
Mm-hmm.
Um, One of the upcoming designations in the industry is also the chief restructuring officer. So that is also one of the places that you can, once you have enough experience, once you have helped companies to turn around, you can become in companies as the CRO. IBC में बात करें तो there is also you can become a resolution professional. उसके लिए you have to give there is one exam that you need to give, and once you clear that exam you can practice as a resolution professional.
Okay.
Now within the firm, देखा जाए तो it is the usual associate, senior associate, manager, senior manager, director, and partner. Average
Mm-hmm.
of 2 to 3 years between the designations,
All right.
depending on your performance and your assignments.
Mm-hmm.
And there is flexibility. So the department is not, there aren't too many people, so there is a lot of flexibility between shifting different, doing FR and OR and IBC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Now, specifically, like we've spoken about the wonderful exit opportunities that, like specifically, like a lot of people aim to get into management consulting, and I think turnaround and restructuring offers a very good understanding of the operations. If you are into operational restructuring as well as if you are into IBC, then you understand the financial as well as the operational side of the business, which offers you great insights of multiple types of industries, help you get into management consulting. So wonderful exit opportunities from this domain. Now we've spoken a lot about management consulting. We've spoken a lot about turnaround and restructuring. Uh, a final piece of advice that you want to give to the CA finalists or CA students who are pursuing CA, or trying to achieve trying to acquire other skills as well, what would you recommend them, or if there was any suggestion that you would like to give to them?
Okay, so a few things that worked for me is that I didn't, speak to too many people when I was studying. I used to study in the library, so I had a few friends there who I would ask my doubts to. And other than that, I had only a couple of friends that I would speak to, who were, also giving the November 19 attempt. Because the thing is, the more people you speak to, the more confused you will get. Because
Yeah.
everyone has different opinions, everyone has different suggestions, everyone is at a different pace in their studies. So the more people that you listen to, the more confused you will get, the more underconfident you will be.
Yeah.
So restrict yourself from asking a lot of people what they are doing, how much they have completed, and things like that. Also, another thing that worked for me is like you have to practice a lot. Calculator पे solve नहीं कर सकते. You have to sit and write full-fledged answers. For time management and for actually knowing how to start and how to end each sum. Especially now कि a lot of papers have a lot of theory. तो अगर आप लिखोगे नहीं, you will not be able to write properly on the day of the exam because you are anyway so stressed. उसमें अगर practice नहीं, and if you have not practiced, then it will be very difficult to get in the right zone.
Right. This is very true. In fact, I'll tell you what. So I've come across a lot of students who ask me doubts, और वो doubt किस तरह से पूछते हैं ना, उससे समझ में आता है about the level of preparation. Now this is better truth that you come to know कि a lot of students are not preparing or do not have the right mindset to prepare, and they are in this मतलब मैं इसे मिराज कहता हूँ क्योंकि they are in this zone where they are trying to uh, do as many things as possible and are thinking कि ये करने से पास हो जाएंगे, but that is actually not true. You have to stick with lesser things, the important things, and focus on the right things. ज्यादा से ज्यादा चीजें करने से नहीं होगा. जैसे आई हैव सीन लॉट ऑफ पीपल टेकिंग रैंडम कोर्सेज एट द लास्ट मिनट कि चलो ये वाला कोर्स कर लेते हैं, ये कोर्स करने से हो जाएगा. नहीं, यू हैव टू ओपन द बुक, यू हैव टू रीड. सो डेफिनेटली स्पीक टू लेसर पीपल. एंड ऑल्सो ये हमने पिछले एपिसोड में भी डिस्कस किया था कि अगर आप प्रोफेसर्स को भी सुनते हो, पिक वन और टू सिलेक्टेड प्रोफेसर्स जिन्हें ही आप फॉलो
Yes.
करना चाहते हो, स्टिक विद देम टिल द लास्ट मिनट, और फिर आप बाकियों को सुनना बंद कर दो. इट विल सेव यू अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम, help you focus better. And these are the things which are, I think this is common between like a lot of जो पास हो चुके हैं वो लोग, ज्यादातर चीजें ये कॉमन चीजें हैं जो बोलते हैं. तो आई थिंक दिस इज समथिंग दैट यू शुड फॉलो. ये ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई रैंकर ने स्पेसिफिकली कुछ किया. दीज आर कॉमन थिंग्स दैट एवरीबडी डज. तो these are the things that you should definitely listen to and follow. Thank you so much, Drishti, for coming. I hope you had fun. And
Thank you. I had fun. Hope it was informative.
yeah, this was a very informative session. I actually, found the job domain very interesting. So if people find this interesting too, want to know more about it, they can definitely connect with Drishti. I'll leave her LinkedIn ka link in the description box. If you don't mind connecting with people, Drishti, is that a problem?
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
great.
No,
सो हमारे ज्यादातर दोस्त जो होते हैं वो बहुत हेल्पफुल होते हैं, तो डेफिनेटली शी वुड हेल्प यू आउट. एंड ऑल्सो वन मोर थिंग, इफ यू वांट टू नो मोर अबाउट द डोमेन्स जो हम लेके आने वाले हैं इस चैनल के ऊपर, तो प्लीज सब्सक्राइब कीजिए सो दैट यू डोंट मिस आउट ऑन एनी एपिसोड ऑफ दिस पॉडकास्ट. ऑल्सो वी हैव अ करियर गाइड डॉक्यूमेंट जो हमारी वेबसाइट पर फ्री डाउनलोड में अवेलेबल है, जिसमें हमने काफी सारे डोमेन्स के ऊपर काफी सारा इन्फॉर्मेशन शेयर किया है. सो यू शुड डाउनलोड इट एंड गो थ्रू इट. आप अपने पसंदीदा डोमेन के बारे में काफी कुछ जान सकते हो वहां से. सो फ्री डाउनलोड है, सिर्फ वेबसाइट पे जाना है, डाउनलोड सेक्शन से जाके क्लिक करके और डाउनलोड करना है. तो कीजिए और देखिए. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग. ऑल द बेस्ट. आई विल सी यू नेक्स्ट टाइम.